This is the plaintiff, Percy Zugunaga. He says he brought his jet ski to the defendant's shop for repair, and as it turned out, the thing needed about $4,000 worth of work. He thought that was way too much, so he told the guy no. Now he can't seem to get his jet ski back. That's right. The defendant basically stole the thing from him, and he's here suing him for the $4,520 it's worth. This is the defendant, Sean Tibby. He says the plaintiff abandoned the jet ski at his shop for close to a year, so he got rid of the piece of junk. He constantly called and texted the plaintiff to come pick up his property, but he never did. And the guy's lucky he's not charging him for storage on the thing. Oh, him? No way. He's accused of being all wet.
All parties, please use your radio.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant essentially stole his jet ski and is holding it hostage. But the defendant says the plaintiff abandoned it, so tough. It's the case of you're full of sea doo-doo.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Mr. Zuzunaga, you bought yourself a jet ski. How did you buy that jet ski?
I bought it in Tampa, Florida from a private individual.
How much did you pay?
$1,500.
All right. Was it working at the time you bought it?
Yes. I took
And
it to
how
the,
soon after that was it no longer working?
I drove it for like 4 hours.
Okay.
Which is a couple of weeks. And then he flipped it.
He flipped it. He
No.
is your what?
My son.
What happened? Were you going too fast?
Yeah, and then I took the corner, took it too tight, and flipped it.
Did anybody get hurt?
No.
Okay. So after it got flipped, all of a sudden it stopped working?
No, it started working. It still was working
Well, when did it stop working?
when we brought it back to the dock.
All right.
It wouldn't-
And so
it wouldn't turn
what was
back on.
wrong?
We couldn't figure it out.
Okay. Would it turn?
No, it would crank, but it wouldn't.
Okay,
like,
so you
start.
you take it to him because he is the person who fixes the
My-
motors on your
My
lawnmowers?
lawnmowers, yeah.
All right.
So he had
Have you ever
mentioned-
worked on a jet ski before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you ever own a jet ski?
I got two right now.
All right. So he knows what he's doing, I guess. And
Well, he told me he'd fix this.
well, you took it to the dealer first, right?
Right, took it to the
Yeah,
dealer.
the dealer told you what?
Like $2,000.
To do what?
They didn't tell me. They said we probably gonna need about $2,000 worth of work to get it going again.
All
for him
right.
to
So
open
you
it.
take it to him, and he charges you what to open it up and
Well,
check it
he
out?
told me it won't be that much. So I said, all right, I'll
How
take
much
it.
did he tell you it would be?
He did maybe about 1,000 and change. I said, okay, I'll take it. So
1,000 and change to what?
to get into it and figure out what's wrong with it and probably get it fixed. It might be something simple. We didn't
Maybe
know.
get fixed, or maybe just open it up and close it up and say it's beyond repair. $1,000.
Well, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with it. So
You're very loosey-goosey. I don't know. I would want to know. What was the deal you had with him about looking at this jet ski?
Him and his son took it out. He bought another jet ski at this dealership. They were out on the lake riding it. On a jet ski, if you flip it over upside down, you have to flip it over a certain way to the right or to the left. There's stickers on the back. If not, then the engine fills up with water. He took it to the dealership. He brought me paperwork from the dealership stating compression, leak down compression was $3,500. He brings me the jet ski. I charge him a $100 checkout fee. I call him Percy. Now, I've dealt with Percy for years.
How many years?
Since I owned that shop, 3 years. I own three
Okay.
businesses in Orlando. And I charge him a $100 checkout fee. I call him on the phone, Percy, we have to pull the motor. I charge him another $250, which he came down, he paid the $250. We pulled it out. Motor was just tore up. No good.
All right. He says you paid him $350. In your complaint, you say you paid him more.
I don't know where he getting his number from. It was $200 when I dropped it off, and when I went to try to pick it up, which he didn't have, he said it's an extra $350 because it's total $550 for him to look at my jet ski and find out that he couldn't fix it.
Okay.
It was gonna be
So
too
you
much
have
money.
this to prove the $200
And then I wire transfer money to his account
for the $350.
for the $350, correct.
He never wire transferred no money to my account, Your Honor. Never.
This says he wire transferred money on February 8th of 2019 to Swift Motor Purchase, Orlando, Florida debit card, miscellaneous repair shops and related services. This is from his bank records.
Yeah, he never, Percy always dealt with me either via credit card or cash. He's never sent me that. No money wire transfer at all at any given time. That receipt is bogus.
We're going to get to the bottom of this, but we'll
Yes, ma'am.
put a pin in that right now.
All right.
And let's talk about the following. What ends up happening? All this activity is in the beginning of 2019.
Correct.
And I see a series of texts from him to you saying, hello, what do you want to do? Hello, what do you want to do? Because in the end, when you look at it, you say this thing's shot and it's going to cost what to fix it?
I told him this motor here was not worth us tearing down and rebuilding, it needed too much work. He replied to me, I'm gonna find an engine. Him and I, we checked, we looked, we spent numerous hours trying to find it. He found one in Tampa. He was supposed to come by and pick up the old engine as a court charge, which in fact he did. He showed up at the shop. We loaded it on the back of his trailer.
Did you take the engine?
He took the engine from us.
Wait, stop. This is beautiful how the two of you have like two completely. Are you sure you're both talking about the same case? Okay, so he picked up the engine. Go on. Do you have any paperwork that he picked up the engine?
I never dealt with him like that because I mean, him, the person I've been friends for since I owned that shop.
Watch this. Did you pick up the engine?
No, ma'am.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why when something goes in or out of a shop, there should be something in. Go ahead. Go on.
So he said, well, I'm going to try to find an engine. So months go by. I don't hear from him. Call him. I know he drives a truck, so I know he's hard to reach sometime, and I can't reach him.
I mean, I presume you have a cell phone in the truck.
I don't drive a truck. I own a trucking company. I'm home 24/7, 365 days a year.
Why'd you think he?
Because that's what he tells me.
Okay, so go on.
He finally reached me. I said, Purse, what do you want to do with this jet ski? You know, I've got it at the storage yard. I got to do something with this jet ski. It's just taking up space. You know, I got boats I need to put in there. Oh, okay, well, I'm trying to find a motor, Well, months go by. And all of a sudden, you know, I get a text from him, and he tells me, hey, the dealership's willing to give me some money back on this jet ski as a trade-in. I'm like, Percy, you know, the jet ski's not here no more. It's been almost over a year. You told me to throw it away.
It wasn't a year. I see texts where you're telling him, what are we going to do with the jet ski in February?
Correct.
But it was certainly March, April, May, June, July, August.
Right.
So where is the jet ski? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it's been scrapped. There's nothing you can do with it. It was garbage.
Do you have any paperwork from when you scrapped it?
No, they just take away the trailer.
How are you able to do that? How is it that you're able to junk stuff without, you know?
Well, in
don't
Orlando,
you have to go through certain procedures to do it?
No, you just pull up, load your scrap on the trailer.
I know mechanically how a person throws something away. I'm talking about whether you are subject to any laws that you must follow in the state of Florida regarding junking someone's property, or whether you can just junk it when they've abandoned it. I'm going to take a recess.
All rise. I am passionate about jet skiing. It is my favorite thing to do. So I want to find out, anybody here jet ski? Nobody jet ski. Okay, what sport do you like?
I golf. I can golf.
Oh, jet skiing's so much more fun.
Yeah, it is.
Anybody think a shark would attack a jet ski?
Possibly if you're in really deep water, and it could run you down, I'm sure.
Or deep doo-doo.
Right.
Well, I want to know this because I jet ski. So you think you're safe on a jet ski from sharks?
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Do you hope I get bit?
No.
Oh, good, thanks. Going inside the courtroom.
So, Mr. Zuzunaga, my first question is going to be to you. You buy a jet ski. You pay the guy, whether it's $350 or $550. Let's assume it's $550. To look into it. He did exactly what you wanted him to do. He looked into it.
Right.
And then the decision, you're at a breaking point where you have to decide, do I want to pour more money into it, or do I just call it a loss? And nothing happens for months and months and months. How does that, you ignoring the thing there for months and months and months because it may not be worth spending any more money on, translate to you coming to court and suing for $4,500.20 as the value of this item, $3,970 for the Kelly Blue Book value, as though it were in good shape. Right. It has no motor, okay? And then $550 when you admit that he did exactly what the $550 was for, which is to tell you whether or not it could be fixed. So how is this item worth $3,970 that you're suing for if you never paid to actually get a new engine?
I never sold the jet ski after I dropped it off the first time because he said he was going to keep it and try to scrap it because he told me it wasn't working.
So why aren't you suing for scrap, sir?
Because I never sold the ski. I paid him for services.
How does it magically become more valuable?
I'm not saying it became more valuable.
Well, you did, because that's your lawsuit. You filed it for as though it were a working jet ski worth $4,000. You didn't even pay. You paid $1,500. All right, but now it's worth $4,000. Do you see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you do. So what am I supposed to glean from the fact that you're trying to do that money grab? I'm supposed to ignore it?
He came up with a story. I don't know where he came from.
I don't care what the story is. Your thing is worthless. It was broken. It didn't run. You ignored it for 4 months because it's like, we're going to put more money. It was supposed to get scrapped, according to you. According to you, it wasn't even supposed to get scrapped, right?
Right, you were supposed to come pick it up.
He was supposed to come bring you an engine.
Correct.
So now, here's where we are. You're making it like, oh, you know what? that bad investment I made of $1,500, you're going to eat and give me $4,520. That's what he's saying. And my concern with you before we took our break is that I wanted to verify whether or not you were in a position as a mechanic that you had to send notice, because I don't see notice anywhere. And it turns out that you are lucky and you don't, because this isn't a mechanic's lien situation. It is not as though he owes you money on the repair. And that's where the problem lies. When that's the situation, if I take my car to be repaired at your shop and I owe you and I won't pay you, and you're stuck with the item and you won't release it to me because I won't pay you for the repair, then you have to follow through regulations. This is just somebody just leaves it there and months pass. I find that it's abandoned property, and I find that you had a right to get rid of it after all those months passed. That's my verdict. Verdict for the defendant.
Well, it didn't work out too well for the plaintiff, Mr. Zazanaga. Sorry about that. Abandoned property. That's what the judge ruled.
Yes, it wasn't abandoned. He had it. He told me he was going to try to get rid of it. He never did. Well, actually, he did.
Well, he did.
Kept the money.
Yeah, junked
He was
it.
supposed to give me the money back.
But apparently it was junk
To
at
him.
this point. Yeah.
To him.
Well, the bottom line is you didn't pick it up, so it became
Because
abandoned property.
he told me to leave it. I went to pick it up. He told me leave it, and I'll call you when I need the title. He never did either or.
Well, bottom line is you're out of luck
Right.
in the eyes of the court, and that's what counts. You're still angry with him. Man.
I just can't believe how. I'm not going to say bad words.
All right, very good. I'm sure you won't be going back.
Oh, no, definitely.
No question about that. Mr. Tibby, you two were tossing a few words back and forth to each other on the way out of the courtroom there.
It gets a little sore because it sat there in my shop for so long, you know, and he told the judge that he took it to a dealership. Dealership told him the motor was no good.
Yeah.
He brings it to me, you know, trying to give it a lifeline, and it's no good. It's trash, and he wouldn't come get it. I
Okay.
have no choice but to get rid of it.
Well, congratulations. You
Thank
win.
you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good enough. You
Thank
must
you.
sign some documents, and that'll do it. Harvey?
So, Doug, you know, we've talked about this before, but when somebody damages your property or ruins it, you are entitled to the market value at the time of the loss. And in this case, as the judge said, it is basically worthless.